Eliska, ZAKOVA and Filip MENCL.
And now to Eliska, ZAKOVA and Filip MENCL, a team that, as I mentioned in the warm-up, competed in Ostrava last week, but they didn't have an ideal skate. And so now, how much have they been able to do mentally to prepare themselves for hopefully a clean rhythm dance? Eliska, ZAKOVA and Filip MENCL, the Czech team, competing in back-to-back Junior Grand Prix events, and I'm most happy to see the embrace shared between them, because I know that last week was a really difficult free-dance performance, and I worried about how they would react, because they haven't had the opportunity, because they've travelled out here to train much, and it's straight back to performance mode in the official practices at this event. And so it looks like, it almost looks like they're more united now here and harmonious connected than they were maybe even last week before the mistakes made in Ostrava.
Well, we talked a little bit about that. Back-to-back is actually a good experience. You gain a lot of experience in doing that. So, you know, even though they had to travel so far, you know, they're going to take away this first 2 weeks of the Grand Prix, their first 2 weeks of the Grand Prix, some experience.
Yeah, and as you said, Ted, when they were going into the Pas Doble, they've got such good speed, and that should be reflected in their skating skills. Just perhaps looks like they fatigue a little bit in the refinement when they are later on in the program. It's understandable.
Yeah.
They're the key points, and actually they're, well, it's under review at present, but their second Pas Doble sequence has 3 key points at present. We'll see if that remains the same. And they're in this non-touch midline step sequence. The teams are allowed to touch the ice, provided it's not for more than 5 seconds. They just must not, and they can stop also, but they just must not touch, as per the name, non-touch midline. jump entry that feature into the rotational lift, and there'll be a difficult exit. Let's get the other level, and that comes in at a level 4. It was deemed a level 3, the rotational lift last week, as Michal Cheska joins them. And actually, kudos to Michal, because he also supported the British team that had just competed.
What was
that also testament?
Sorry, Mark, what was their score?
Last week?
Yeah, yeah.
46.92 last week.
Okay.
And actually, I think last week there wasn't necessarily as evident a mistake as there has been this week. But on the whole, I think that that's what competition experience can do, is it can push the presentation component up, because the skaters then have got a little bit of experience and they feel more confident to exude a little bit more energy, which will be reflected in the middle component score. And that perhaps why I think this will be a little higher than it was 7 days ago.
Yeah, and, you know,
but sorry, go on, Ted.
No, I said during these Junior Grand Prix, this is not their main part of the season. Their nationals and perhaps Junior Worlds is their main part of the season. So this is really no consequences. Experience to be gained. Let's take a look at the rhythm dance scores. Season best, 47.43 for Eliska and Filip. And that'll put them into second place. So a little bit of redemption from last week as far as the scores go. But of course, they still had that mistake